Biafra might be an illusion if we can't take care of the saboteurs in Igbo land. Charley boy. There's too much trouble in Igbo land. We must rise up to defend our land from the enemies within. What happened to the land that once produced Mi Okpara and Akano Ibiam? How did we substitute Michael Okpara's foresight with Okeze Ikpeazu's debauchery? How did Imo fall from the Olympian heights set by D. Sam Mbakwe to the idiocy of Rochas Okorocha? Why are Igbo leaders wicked to the land? Why does selfishness always override the interests of the general public? Why did Rochas Okorocha turn against the very people that braved all odds, fight monsters and spirits to elect him in 2011? How did US-trained medical officer become so rustic that he elected to roll with cultists, criminals and armed robbers than seek the company of wise men in leading the state? Why or where did Chimaroke Nnamani lose it? Ikedi Ohim was a humble man who never imagined he would one day smell the governor's office at Uweri. When fortune, however, thrust him to the pinnacle of power in his hometown, in his home state, this little-known fellow suddenly became an emperor and began to oppress hand-working men and women in Imo. How about Chinwoke Mbadineju? Was he charmed by some cosmic forces that he saw no sense in being sensible as a governor? Abia today is like a wasteland. Pensioners have not been paid in more than 2 years. Civil servants are dying of hunger, and the youth cannot find labor for their hands. How were Zeke's vision and wisdom succeeded by the love of sycophancy that has been the hallmark of governance in Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi's Enugu? There are no fully functional general hospital in all Igbo land, and what you have as public schools, especially in Abia and Imo states, are legalized centers for exam malpractices and other forms of immorality and drug abuse. In much of these schools, you will hardly find any serious teaching and learning going on. The biggest enemies of Igbo today are the Yahoo politicians in the land. Why do we have characters like Ikpeazu, Ugwuanyi, and Obiano as governors? Why Oyo has Seyi Makinde, who is doing everything possible to reposition Oyo State for glory? In 10 years' time, some lunatics will look at the giant strides made in Oyo and blame Awolowo for starving our children during the Biafran War. In Unizik, APSU, and several other universities in Igbo land, vice-chancellors trained with public funds are doing everything to frustrate people from disadvantaged economic backgrounds from acquiring university education, and yet we say nothing about those. What future awaits a land whose education is in shambles? It is unfortunate many commentators are not paying necessary attention to this because they are largely on the payroll of our enemies. Do you wonder why we have more Igbo Agberus in Lagos and Abuja than those from other tribes? Well, no prize for guessing. The answer is simple. We have Ikpeazu, Ugwuanyi, and Obiano as governors, men who have no clue about progressive governance. Why do we prefer cheats, riffraffs, 419ers, people who we know are early money drunks, old men who run after teenage girls, and men who have no integrity as governors? Yes, when our land is overtaken by the economic plague of poverty, joblessness, terrorism, and diseases, we prefer to blame Awolowo, who died years ago, or abuse Zeke for not doing what a George Washington would have done. So guys, these are the submissions of a area father, Charley boy, known as area father as well. He has said a lot of things, and one thing I just want to say is that every region, every tribe, has its own problem. Like I always say, when we talk about Nigeria, when we talk about people who do not want the progress of this country, they are everywhere. There is no region, there's no tribe that you will not see those who are really saboteurs. And that is exactly what has been happening. All of these people who are working, they are not working, some of them are not working in isolation. They work together at the detriment or at the expense of their people. It cuts across board, because this is said is it cuts across board. There is no tribe or region you don't find all of these things. But the problem is that even the masses themselves, they don't even get it. Some region believe that, oh, once they get the power, it's not a big issue, it's not a big deal. In as much their people are there's no problem. Even when they themselves are suffering, they don't care. They don't see it as big deal. They don't see it as anything. So until the people themselves realize that, oh, the power they have is even more than those who have been elected. But those who have been elected, those who have been leading, are looking for ways to make sure that people don't even recognize their rights. And that is what has been playing out, and that is why they are getting away with all of these things that we talk day in, day out, day in, day out. It's very, very unfortunate. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But of course, everybody has to speak for his own region, because how you want your region to be, now depends on people who are going to be speaking about it and what have you. And that's just what I just see from this whole thing. Someone says, Charlie boy, what has been your contribution towards the development and emancipation of your people, considering the lofty heights of your father, late Justice Chukwudifu Oputa? I'm not against your opinion as regards the southeastern so-called leaders. It's just a case of kettle calling pot black. Finally, Igbo land is a land of future giants and champions. Let's put our house in order, because no other part of Nigeria is better than the southeast. So Charlie boy, let not your emotions dampen the Nnewi spirit. Thanks. Another says, Charlie boy, thank you very much. Nemiet Pharmaceutical and others belong to Ohumbuwa. Sun News belong to Ojuzo, and host of other companies in Lagos owned by Igbos, but no work in Igbo land. Go to Agbara and see for yourself. 70% of industries, okay, Agbara, okay, 70% of industry belong to Igbos. It's pity the Igbo is in problem. Simple. That's what somebody is saying. Area father has said the truth, nothing but the truth. Someone said, I went for a burial of a friend in Arochukwu. My brother, come see road. Senator Ohumbuwa passes home to Fiakwa. God forbid. This is evil. Zig, okay, Charlie boy, long live for your good efforts. I cannot wait to see Biafra coming. Charlie boy, are you not Agberu yourself? Your daughter is no. Deliverance is around the corner, bro. Don't let your heart be troubled. When the night is darkest, daylight is in view. Shalom, peace to everyone. Someone says, until we fight our Igbo leaders to come and give account of how they spent our money, those 419 leaders will never wake up to the reality. The massive loot in the government house is getting out of hand. We must come out and say no to bad governance. How on earth did our Imo state get into hands of a criminal 419 kidnapper in the person of Hope Uzodinma? So, in the next 8 years, Imo will remain dead. What a pity. Charlie boy, you made points, but the problems at hand are leaders and representatives going home with money bags from Aso Rock without minding the feeling of his people, provided their pockets are swelling on daily basis. Not even that, they are smiling to the bank. They are smiling to the bank. They are smiling to the bank. Someone say, true talk, Booting. God bless you, but these are the problems we need solution. Some Igbo sons and daughters are lost cows, especially those you mentioned. Just take an example, Amotekun, no tribe head. The plan from Yoruba before it was thrown open and there was no going back. Look at our governors as Ohaneze. Tell me what they are doing by meeting the police. The Yoruba invited the police in their own plan. The foolish Omahi of Ebonyi openly on air, nothing like Bakassi in all Charlie. Thanks they will not even listen to anybody. As it is now, they are not ready to listen to anybody. Charlie boy is talking serious important sense. I cry every day about the selfishness of our Imo and Abia state leadership. So guys, these are the opinions of people, in response to what Charlie boy has said. Like I said, the problem is in every region. The problem is everywhere. And the earlier the people get to understand that they have power to upturn things, the better for them. If the people are not united, because if anything happens, you start seeing people taking sides. Oh, this one will be defending this one will be defending this, and at that point, nothing meaningful will be made. Even if when people are making some meaningful statements or submission, their voices will not be heard because it will not be divided. So until the people themselves take note and take action, that is when things will change for the better. And because they know that the people, the masses are divided, and they are riding on that to get away with all of these shenanigans. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what Charlie boy has said. Leave your comments below and let's have your take. Thank you.